Define the term ethnic group. A segment of the population that possesses common characteristics and a cultural heritage based to some degree on faith or faith, shared traditions, values or symbols, literature, folklore, or music, an internal sense of indistinctiveness and or an external perception of distinctiveness. Define the term racism. Any attitude or action of a person, institutional structure that subordinates a person or group because of skin color or race. Describe minority group. Any group distinguished from the general population in terms of race, religion, color, gender, or national origin. What is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is a form of gender discrimination that involves unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal and physical conduct of a sexual nature between the same or opposite genders, when submission to or rejection of such conduct is made either explicitly or implicitly. A term or condition of a person's job, pay, or career, or submission to or rejection of such conduct by a person is used as a basis for career or employment decision affecting that person or such conduct that has the purpose or effect of unreasonably interfering with an individual work, performance, or creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment. Any person in a supervisory and intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment, control, influenced, or affected by the career, pay, or job of a soldier or civilian employee is engaging in sexual harassment. Similar, any soldier or civilian employee who makes deliberate or operate unwelcome verbal comments, gestures, or physical contact of a sexual nature is engaging in sexual harassment. What is an affirmative action plan, AAP? A management document that consists of a statement of attainable goals and timetables. This document is required of all Army organizations, commands, agencies, and activities down to brigade or equivalent level. It is designed to achieve EO for all military personnel. What action does the Army take against off-post activities, including housing and public accommodations, which arbitrarily discriminate against members of the Army and their dependents? Off-limits or off-limit sanctions may be applied. Who is the primary source for solving EO complaints? Your unit chain of command. What is the Army's written policy on EO? The U.S. Army will provide EO and fair treatment for military personnel and family members without regard to race, color, gender, religion, national origin, and provide an environment free of unlawful discrimination and offensive behavior. This policy applies both on and off post, during duty and non-duty hours, applies to working, living, and recreational environments, including both on and off post housing. Does every unit have an EO representative? Yes. Each commander is required to appoint an EOR in the rank of sergeant through first lieutenant. What does AFAP stand for? Army Family Action Plan. What Army regulation covers the Army Family Action Plan? AR 608-47. When was the AFAP program established? The AFAP program was established in 1983 as a result of the Chief of Staff Army CSA 1983 white paper, The Army Family. The AFAP program creates an information loop between whom? The global Army family and leadership. The AFAP provides a means for Army constituents to address and report issues of well-being concern to leadership at regular intervals. The AFAP program's process of information begins where? At the local level, where an annual symposium is held to examine issues of concern that delegates believe need to be fixed. The Army family has been symbolized by the Secretary of the Army as an equilateral triangle. How is each side of the triangle expressed? Base, family for component, total force. Second leg, family of units. Third leg, family of people. The philosophy toward the family, based on the Army Family White Paper, consists of three critical elements. What are they? Partnership, wellness, sense of community. What are some things that the AFAP does? Gives commander a gauge to validate concerns and measure satisfaction, enhances Army's corporate image, helps retain the best and brightest, results in legislations, policies, programs, and services that strengthen readiness and retention, safeguards well-being. What type of programs are focused on in the Army of Components? Programs relating to the Army, to the active Army, National Guard, Army Reserve, and civilian employees. What type of programs are focused on in the family of units? Programs relating to the unique relationship of soldiers to their units and unit ties to other components or commands, such as squad to its platoon or the platoon to its company battery. What is the basis for the Army theme, the Army family? A joint announcement signed by the Secretary and the Chief of Staff of the Army. This announcement was based on the CS White Paper 1983. What type of programs are focused on in the family of people? Programs relating to all areas of concern to the service member and their families, including the military and civilian retiree. What are some activities that the American Red Cross offer? CPR instruction, blood drives, swimming lesson, communication services by wire, financial assistance, counseling and referral services, transplantation services, AIDS education, health and safety services. How is the ARC staffed for the most part? By volunteers. What is the major service that the Red Cross offers? Communication between soldiers and their families for both problem solving and emergency. What Army regulation covers Red Cross? AR 930-5. What Army regulation covers the Army Retention Program? AR 601-280. What are some reasons that a soldier may be ineligible for reenlistment? If the soldier is buried or flagged, and if the soldier is enrolled in ASAP. What is an SRB? Selective Reenlistment Bonus. What is the minimum number of years a soldier must reenlist for to be eligible for an SRB? 3 years. Can a soldier request separation if a bar to reenlistment is imposed? No. Describe a bar to reenlistment. Administrative action mediated by the commander to prevent a substandard soldier from reenlisting or reentering the service. A bar to reenlistment is reviewed how often? Every 3 months or 30 days prior to PCS ETS. Who can initiate a bar to reenlistment? Any commander in the soldier's chain of command. Who is the final approving authority for a bar to reenlistment? A commander is one approval level higher than the commanding authority. Soldiers, sergeant majors, and below who have not reenlisted under the indefinite reenlistment program are required to receive retention interviews. When are they done? Career counselor, 30 days from arrival to unit. Unit commander, 90 days from arrival. Unit commander, 15 to 16 months prior to ETS. Career counselor, 13 to 14 months prior to ETS. Career counselor, 4 months prior to ETS. Reserve component career counselors 90 to 120 days prior to ETS. Who may lift a bar? The same authority that approved the bar may lift it with a written recommendation by the unit commander. What type of fire extinguisher must not be used on electrical fires? A water fire extinguisher. Who is responsible for the Army Safety Program? It is the responsibility of each soldier. The word safety is often associated with what term? Risk management. What accounts for the majority of accidents? Carelessness. Accidents are reported in accordance with what regulation? AR 385-40. 3 safety features commonly found in any barracks: lights in stairways, fire lights, fire extinguisher and alarms, arms room safety procedures, first aid kits, CQ, safety posters, handrails, a storage of dangerous tools and mechanicals and chemicals. What safety features are stressed in the motor pool? Reduced speed, no smoking except in designated areas, fire extinguisher in buildings and vehicles, proper utilization of tool safety equipment, which includes goggles, safety toe shoes, etc. How often are fire extinguishers in the barracks required to be checked for serviceability? And how can this be determined? Once a month, a tag on the fire extinguisher indicating the date and initials of authorized unit safety personnel. What AR covers safety? AR 385-10. Where on post can you find out how many privately owned vehicles accidents that were fatal have occurred this year? A sign in the vicinity of the outbound gate on post. Should there be a sponsorship program for a soldier deploying a unit? Yes. What Army regulation covers the total Army sponsorship program? AR 600-8-8. What is S-Gate? S-Gate provides information for incoming soldiers entering the USAREOR theater of command. An incoming soldier can find out who their sponsor is and how to contact them. S-Gate includes their pinpoint assignment, sponsor information, and welcome letter, a needs assessment checklist, and links to other useful USAREOR websites and regulatory information. What DA form is used to transmit sponsorship requirements to gaining commands? DA Form 5434 or the electronically generated DA Form 5434E. How soon after the DA Form 5434 is received should a sponsor be assigned? 10 days unless the sponsorship is declined. What are the general rules for appointing a sponsor? The soldier should be in a grade equal or to or higher ranking than the incoming soldier. The sponsor should be the same sex as the sponsor. The sponsor should be familiar with the unit or activity and community. What are the 6 elements of the sponsorship program? DA Form 5434.M, welcome letter, ACS relocation readiness service, reception, orientation, in processing. The primary goal of the Army's QOLP is to promote the development of military growth, commitment, and cohesiveness. Is initial to what? Readiness. What are some examples of the QOLP? ACS, AR, ARC, EO. Postal Services, PX, Commissary Privilege, AFN Radio and Television, MWR Education Services, Community Sport Programs, Recreational Facilities, Banking Services, Clubs, Gym. What does QOLP stand for? Quality of Life Program. The Army Quality of Life Program is dedicated to the precept that the Army's number one operational resource must be taken care of. What is this resource? The soldiers. Quality of life needs and quality of life needs and the program in action to address them are categorized under two general headings. What are they? Living conditions, duty environment. Who is the senior enlisted advisor to the boss council and approves members selected to serve on boss committees? The installation command sergeant major. According to AR 215-1, what does the boss program provide? It provides opportunities for active duty soldiers with an emphasis on single and unaccompanied soldiers to participate in physical, self-development, leisure, and educational release services. What type of program is BUS? BUS is categorized as a Category B Morale, Welfare, and Recreation MWR program. How many officers are on the BUS Council? 3. President, Vice President, and Secretary and Treasurer. What is the lowest level that unit has a BUS Council representative? The battery, company level. What are the three pillars of BUS? Recreation and leisure. Activities may be planned by the BUS committee or by the BUS committee working in conjunction with the other MWR activities. Service members will assume a lead role in planning BUS events. Events should be planned that meet the needs and desires of the single service members. Community service. The BUS committee may elect to participate in community programs and projects that make a difference in the lives of others, in the community, and ultimately in themselves. The service will be voluntary in nature and in accordance with the installation volunteer program. The program can be implemented in support of existing or established volunteer programs developed by the BUS committee. Well-being. For single service members, well-being includes those things that single service members can directly or indirectly influence to enhance their morale, living environment, or personal growth and development. The well-being issue identifies or raised during the BUS meeting will be directed to the appropriate command of staff agency for resolution on the installation. What is CHEMPUS? Civilian Health and Medical Program for the Uniformed Services. It is a cost-sharing program that is issued to provide inpatient and outpatient care for dependents from civilian sources. What Army relation covers CHEMPUS? AR 40-121. Who is eligible for CHEMPUS? Family member of active duty military personnel. Family member of either deceased or retired personnel, retired military personnel, and their family members under the age of 65. What does DEER stand for? Defense Enrollment Eligibility Reporting System. What is DEER used for? To obtain dependent ID card for eligible spouses and children. What does NCODP stand for? Non-Commissioned Officer Development Program. What is the goal of NCODP? Overreacting Army Non-Commissioned Officer Professional Development Program. As with all leader training and leader development, who is responsible for NCOPD DP? The command. NCODP is typically managed by whom? The command sergeant major or senior NCO in the organization. What are some objectives of NCODP? Development and strengthen the skill, knowledge, and abilities to train, deploy, and lead soldiers in combat through battle-focused training. Develop NCOs who are self-aware, adaptive, competent, and confident. Realize the full potential of the NCO support channel. Foster a unit environment that enhances continual NCO leader development and encourages self-development as part of lifelong learning process. What Army regulation covers NCO DP? AR 350-1, Chapter 4. What is the purpose of AR 350-1? This regulation prescribes policies, procedures, and responsibility for developing, managing, and conducting Army training and leader development. In order to accomplish battle-focused NCO development, commanders and unit NCOs should follow what procedure? Link NCO development to the current skill level and duty assignment. Establish a viable unit level NCO DP using unit METL as a vehicle to incorporate the following into each NCO's daily activities. Synchronize battle focus NCO DP as a component of operational assignments experience with the other two pillars of leader development, institutional training, and self-development. Establish a systematic and continuous program. Integrate the use of leader books, FM 25-101, Appendices B, to track individual NCO progress. Emphasize coaching to achieve commitment to excellence in performance. A successful NCO DP will result in NCOs who can what? Demonstrate the skill of current skills level and duty position per AR 611-21 and DAPM 600-25. Accept the duties and responsibility of current rank and duty position per AR 600-20, AR 611-21, and FM 7-22.7. Enhance combat performance for the current and next higher rank and duty position per AR 600-20 and FM 22-100, being revised as FM 6-22. Enhance combat leadership competencies for the current and next higher rank per FM 22-100, being revised as FM 6-22. Train themselves and subordinates to be proficient in METL, ask and associated critical tasks per FM-0, FM 7-1, and FM 7-22.7. Coach subordinates to be thoroughly committed to U.S. Army professional ethics, warrior ethos, and the soldier's creed per FM 22-100, being revised as FN-22.